crowdsourcing? Crowdsourcing is that's when you invite broad communities of people, customers, employees, independent scientists, researchers, and sometimes like the general public at large, and you want them to help you with this new product innovation process. Do you guys remember on TV the advertisement that says الشعب المصري اختار جمبري? Do you remember this advertisement? The Shipsy, right? So Shipsy, they want to come up with a new flavor, and they want all the people to participate. So they put this crowdsourcing. So they want all the people to participate in the decision making of what new flavor to add for Shipsy. So do you know Shipsy is some sort of a some sort of a chips. And so one of the ideas is you get all the crowd to help you in this idea. Yeah, Fanta. What did they do? Okay. Yeah, but if you notice, the idea here is how did they choose jambari or pizza taste or what type of chipsy, which flavor? They didn't come up with it by themselves. They asked the people to vote. So everyone they go and they on the internet and they vote. Some people says I want a chips with the flavor of a pizza. Some people says I want it with the flavor of cheese, cheddar cheese, with tomatoes, with ketchup, with hot sauce, with and then some people says jambari. And then they did the voting, and then they got the highest was this idea of jambari, and then they made it jambari, which is a shrimp. So idea screening is you identify good ideas and then you start to drop the poor ones. So probably you get the ideas, you see which ones are better ideas and which ones are less ideas, and you start with good ideas. We have this RWW screening framework. You want to make sure that when you come up with an idea, is it real? So do you think your idea was real? So can it win? So if we actually make it, will it actually win? And is it worth doing? Is it worth or is it not worth? So after you make sure it's real and it will win and it's worth it, then you go to the next step, which is you get the product idea for the possible product that a company can see itself offering to the market. If you remember, like, can you imagine the first ever time they do a touch phone or this iPhone first time when they were actually thinking about it and how they will make it? It wasn't an easy because they needed to actually make one and test it and see is this a possible product idea. A product concept is a detailed version. So you actually add the details. So you answer the questions of the idea, making sure it is meaningful for the consumer, so the customer can understand it. And product image is the way consumers perceive an actual or potential product. So you want to build the image of it. So for you need, for your project idea, so you need to actually, kind of take the scenario. How will it work? How can those, how will it work in a virtual world? You see, so you need to actually go to the details. So that's when you get your idea or concepts built. And then concept development and testing. Concept testing refers to testing a new product concepts with group or target consumers. So you want to actually go and test it, right? Try it. For your game that you developed, you may want some people to kind of start to, take the experiment and see how it works. See, will it work? Will it not work? Target customers, they think it's great, it's okay, it's not. Maybe you need to fix it. Maybe you want to develop it further. Maybe you want to do a lot of modification. So sometimes it can be a long process. Marketing strategy is once you have the product and the concept and you think it's good concept, then you need to have a marketing strategy development, which refers to the initial marketing strategy, how this product will be introduced to the market. Marketing strategy statements will include description of the target market, what is the value proposition, and what sales and profit goal. So now, after you've got this, okay, this is what we will do. We agreed to it. This looks like a good product, and now let's see how we will market. Will it work? What will work? What it needs? What promotion? What messages? What value proposition we will give? You describe the target market. You see how much money you will expect to sell it for, and how much money you will make. After that, you go to the business analysis. That's when you review sales, costs. Like in your example, there's a lot of cost, development costs, maybe programmers. Let's see. So the business analysis will involve review of the sales and cost profits. Yes, yes. Are you guys okay with this business analysis? Okay. And then you want to do the marketing strategy development, product development involves the creation, testing. Okay. One of the more physical versions. You want to get the R&D engineering departments require an increase in investment. And then here shows whether the product idea can be turned into a workable product. So you can see here in the picture they're trying to make a product working. Uh, in the marketing strategy development, you want to test the marketing, and you want to have tried this Kentucky grilled chicken. You guys remember KFC, which is Kentucky Fried Chicken? Everything they have is fried. So they tried to do this grilled, like a new product. So here you actually want to test it. You want to say, if you look at this, it says, "Are you unthinking what I'm unthinking?" Taste the unfried side of KFC. So this is like the advertisement. You want to make it, build it. You see how it looks. The chicken, it looks grilled. It's not fried. So test marketing is the stage at which the product and marketing program are introduced into more realistic marketing settings. It provides the marketer with experience in testing the product and the entire marketing program before full introduction. So the restaurant give us a questionnaire, and I talk about the new product. Yeah, you can, you go and then maybe you can try it, and then get your maybe a questionnaire to get your feedback. Okay. Let's see. We've got also here types of test markets, standard test, controlled test, and simulated tests. Do you guys understand what's a standard test? Standard test is that you go, you give it to people and see what they say. Maybe get their feedback on a survey. A controlled test is when you maybe you run it in two different cities, and you start to look at sales with similar sales and with similar market size and market share, and then you start to control. You guys remember control from your research classes? Control where you do some stimulus on one and the other one you don't, and then you see if there will be a difference. So maybe you go and you launch it in one of the stores you have, and then you keep it for 1 month, and you see will sales increase or sales will decrease. You see, so you this way you can have an idea about the results of this product. So I have to make a decision about my new product. If it is the customer willing to buy this product. Exactly. Exactly. So if the results of the test says that customers like it, or there is more demand, or sales increased, or sales did not decrease, so these can be, a basis for your decision to continue with this product. Or you can do a simulated test market. Simulated test markets, these are computer software that will simulate. So you put in data, and then a simulation will run, and based on the simulation, you will start to get an idea, how this will be affected. So maybe this can be, it's more virtual. It's more on the computers. So it will depend on what type of input you provide the software so you can do the simulation. New product development process advantages of simulated test markets. They're less expensive than other tests. Restricted access by competitors. So if you do it simulated, will the competitors know? No, because you do it in your computer systems. But if you actually test a product and you put it inside the market, then your competitors will see what you're doing, right? So, and a disadvantage of this simulated, it is not very considered as reliable and accurate because it is so much controlled, right? So, will you please close the door? It says here marketing strategy development. We have here when firms test market and when firms may not test market. A new product with large investment, uncertainty about product or marketing program, that's when you have to test the market. You know, it's completely new product and there's so much money will be spent. You want to actually go and test it. But if when the firm may not test the market, if it's a simple line extension, let's say you just add one more type of flavor, right? Maybe you copy a competitor product so you kind of know what's going on. If it's a low cost, you know, it's not going to cost you much. You can, you know, just no need for a test. And if the management is confident about this new product, otherwise you really want to test it before you launch it, right? See what feedback you get. Now the last step is the commercialization. Do you guys know what's commercialization? Commercialization, that's when you introduce the new product. That's when you go full scale. That's when you launch it. You go, you know, in this location, and you plan how this will roll into the entire market. So, so commercialization, it means you are on the street selling to your customers. Any questions on those 8 steps? Okay. Managing new product development, successful new product development should be. So here are some of the advices around the process. You always want to think about the customer. You want to you have good teams to run after new products, and you also need to be systematic. You need to follow a system. You don't want to be random. Um, so here it says you want to solve a customer problem. Okay, many times successful ideas they solve customer problems. For example, if you think about your idea, did it solve a problem? But people want more entertainment, right? So that's maybe the problem. People are, you know, they're tired of the current entertainment. They want more entertainment. So you come up with this type of special, you know, virtual game that maybe will fulfill this. So it's important to focus more on understanding what customer problem. The more the customers suffer, you know, the more your product can solve that suffering. Sequential new product development. Companies develop departments work closely together individually to complete each stage. So you want every part of your company to work on this process together. And so when one department will take care of this before moving it to the next department. So increasing control is risky and complex projects may be slow. So these are some of the general guidelines. As you control the process more, it becomes risky because it may fail, or it may be too slow, or it may, you know, maybe it will not. You know, if you have an idea and you just do it, maybe it's easier, right? But you know, you don't want to fail. So there is a balance that you need to follow. Team-based new product development. You know, the more people in the team, the more ideas you can get. Systematic new. You want to create an innovation-oriented culture. So you need to have all of the people in your company willing to come up with new ideas. You can yield a large number of new product ideas. Can you think about how many new ideas are there in a company like Apple? You know, they have the iPhones, they have the iPads, the new mini iPads, they have the iBooks, the iTunes. You see, so they have a lot of products that they come every once in a while. And the more ideas you get, the more your people are trained and willing to take new products. So now let's move on to another section, which is this product life cycle.